Okay, we'll get to that story in a moment. But for now, let's link back to the OR Tambo International Airport, where Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula will be inspecting the airport to ensure that it does adhere to the COVID-19 regulations. Let's cross over there right now.
Measures when it comes to safety on board. We are now at level 2, and we are moving forward. And we are also looking at opening international travel. And it is top on our agenda to look at that. And as we do that, we benchmark ourselves against other countries. And also, it is not just going to be an opening for everybody just like that. We're going to benchmark ourselves and look at the scientific measures we need to take into consideration. But over and above that, you know, our biggest issue is the economy, livelihoods. The economy has got to come back from where it was. And we can really pride ourselves with all the difficulties, we are doing very well. And with all the challenges, we are doing very well. We are entering our spring, summer season in South Africa. And many of us have really survived coronavirus, and condolences to those who have left us. But they did not leave us without a fight. We put up a really serious fight, and let us continue to do that. Others think we have arrived, and we have not arrived. And even the airlines must understand that we have not arrived. And I pride myself of our entities, civil aviation, and also AXA for maintaining law and order in this space, and ensuring that everybody is safe and so on. But also the passengers for maintaining high discipline and understanding that they've got to obey and follow the regulations as prescribed by the National Coronavirus Command Council, chaired by the President and endorsed by the National Cabinet Executive of the country. I'm not going to answer Waterkloof, as most of you have been asking me questions about it. And I'm just telling you that my job is civil aviation, so I don't deal with Defence Force. And I've got no jurisdiction over Defence Force. I don't give permits for Defence Force, and I don't go to their airports. I've got no jurisdiction over that. My jurisdiction as a Minister of Transport is here, civil aviation. If Black Coffee is going to Miami, I can tell you how he got there. So, and any other person, which we give permission every day based on the regulations between myself and Home Affairs and the Minister Pando. So all those particular issues that are related to Waterkloof, please ask them from the Ministry of Defence, and that is where they belong. So in this regard, we are here to ensure we'll take a flight from here to Durban, and then we'll also address the media at Kinshasa, and also observe the regulations on board. We want to urge all the airlines to observe the regulations and the measures that we have put into place. We are also priding ourselves that the measures we have proven into place have passed the test of time, and that we have not had cases, if there's any. There are people here who are capable. I'm surrounded by women, as you can see. In our Department of Transport, we are a women's affair, women's league. Watinta bafazi, watinta imbogodo. So malibongo igama lamakhosikazi. So they are in charge here, all of them, and so on. So I would like for them to add, and if you've got questions, you can ask, but we'll take you through IANDA also to showcase some of the work we continue to do. We are opening up the economy with all the measures. This place is going to be busy again. But when it gets busy, it must find us ready. It does not mean when the regulations are being slowed down, certain things we must abandon. It's the new life. I sometimes forget my mask at home, and I have to turn back. And then I saw Matthew Posa the other day. He did not see me. He could not enter the restaurant because he didn't have a mask, and he was busy on the phone. Hey, where is my mask? Can you send me a mask? And this is my former Treasurer General. So I saw him there looking for a mask. And that restaurant refused him to enter, despite his status. That's good, because we're preserving life. As much as people want to have fun and do certain things, Let us not miss the boat and do things that they will take us back. And till this far, we have survived the storm. Many of our people have passed away during the coronavirus. But as a country led by Cyril Ramaphosa, we have put up a big fight. Now, the fight we've got to fight is the fight of reclaiming our economy. You know, before COVID-19, our economy was in a bad shape. COVID-19 came and basically, did all the things that happened to our economy, closed down, people losing work and all of that. And we've got to reclaim our economy. We've got to set our economy back on the recovery plan. And that's where we're going. We know when the airlines open and the place begin to be abuzz with people, we're back on track. The economy is functioning. And what is important is what measures government is going to take to bring the economy back on a mission for recovery. As you can see, the reports this week, which are not shocking, in a sense of being shocked that we're not expecting that. We expected that there will be contraction in the economy, 51%. What Stats SA have actually told us within the period of April and so on. It is to be expected given the impact of coronavirus in our country. The question for us is how are we going to respond to that? So we're going back, and a part of opening this economy is not to put our people at risk. We will look at countries in relation to their performance, as and when people, because it is summer season, they're going to be coming our direction. And then how do we do that? How do we benchmark ourselves with other countries? If you look at the map, the digital map, and you look at it, you will see that there is a lot of traffic movement in the world, except in the African continent. And you see next door here in Tanzania and everywhere else, they are opening up. We've got to open up at some point, but it will be guided. And the NCCC is seized with these particular matters under the president. So we are doing our work. We are evaluating, looking at what needs to be done in the new normal, in terms of how we are going to fly. You want to go away, come back, and all of that. So what is the new normal? What is the new normal, and how does it actually affect us? But thank you very much to the media for always giving us an audience. You are not making us a favor. You are giving us an audience in order to transmit information to the people. We want to thank you for that. Because all the time you are always with us when we make these important pronouncements. So I'm going to give Fundi, and then I'm going to also give Poppy to be the last to speak, and then the manager of OR Tambo will field questions if there's any you want to ask about OR Tambo, what is happening here, and all of that. So I give to Ayanda, and you can also ask me questions. Fundi? Water, please.
Thank you very much, Minister. Afternoon, members of the media. My name is Fundi Sitebe, the Chief Operating Officer of Airports Company South Africa. Mine is just really to give a brief overview to say that the passenger confidence in the system, in aviation, is definitely growing. We've seen it in the numbers. I must, however, declare that the numbers compared to last year of passengers has dropped significantly. We have seen as an airports company that we've lost 97% of passengers compared to where we were last year. And that's to be expected. However, my message is definitely the numbers are growing. The airports are safe. We really implore for passengers to come prepared in terms of the journey, ensuring, because we will always maintain legislative standards around PPE, ensuring that passengers arrive having completed their medical declarations to really make the passenger journey a very smooth and quick one. To date, Minister mentioned in level 3 that started seeing our operations with 4 airlines, being Mango, being Fly Safair, being Airlink, as well as SemAir. We saw in June 30,000 passengers for this particular airport that's departing and arriving. We saw an increase in July, which is why I'm saying that there is definitely an increase in passenger confidence, growing to 80,000. Now in the month of August, dropped slightly to a number of about 70,000. So I still maintain that we will start to see, as the season gets better, as the travel gets becoming really quite desirable for passengers, the numbers will continue to increase. We are ready, we are prepared, and we welcome all the passengers to come through in their numbers. Thank you.
Thank you so much, COO. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear now from the regulator, Civil Aviation Authority, Ms. Bopikoza.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Minister. I think from the Civil Aviation Authority side, our responsibility is mainly to ensure compliance with the regulations and the directions that the Minister has approved and pronounced on. To date, the Minister has approved 18 airports to be operating, and we are hoping that in the next few weeks or few days or so, we will see additional airports also being reopened for a restart. But I must indicate that generally in terms of compliance by the airport operators, not only AXA but all airports that have been opened thus far, we have seen good compliance from the airport side. Minister has also indicated that we do have pockets where other people decide not to comply with the directions in terms of wearing masks and ensuring that the idea to sanitization. We want to indicate that that kind of behavior cannot be tolerated. We do have cases, Minister, where some passengers, in fact, have been arrested upon arrival at their destinations. And that is not what we want to see, because we want to keep the issues of compliance to a level that they are intended to. So just maybe to or rather indicate once more that compliance, if you decide that you want to fly, you must also decide that you want to comply. It cannot be that, as Minister was indicating, we want to ensure that everyone is safe. If your safety matters to you, you must also know that the safety also matters to the person who is next to you. So, Minister, we generally want to applaud the airports, we want to applaud even the passengers who have been flying, adhering to the rules, and also to urge those that think that if you are not complying, it will be something that will not be tolerated. Passengers must know that when you are going to take a flight, you must adhere to all regulations and directions in place. Thank you, Minister.
Thank you. Questions?
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to change the program slightly. I know that we were looking forward to a walk and talk where you would ask the questions as we go along, but I think let's seize the moment now that we're here. We can ask the questions that we have. Sipho, yes? Yes, please.
Minister, you talked about the national coronavirus opening international borders. Is this for the summer season going to December that you'll be opening these international borders? And are we going to look at the countries where perhaps there's no infection, or we're going to open generally for international flights? And also, there was an announcement here on another because they just said that some passengers have been arrested for failing travel regulations. Do you have the numbers of how many passengers have been arrested, and what are some of the incidents that led to them being actually arrested?
Thank you so much, Linda. I'm going to ask you to project a little bit because you're competing against the...
All right, a Q&A session in progress there at Fikile Mbalula, who's the Transport Minister. He was inspecting the premises at the OR Tambo International Airport to ensure that the airport adheres to COVID-19 regulations. And those were live visuals there coming out of the airport. Our reporter Sipho Stirman is there. We'll certainly touch base with him a little later on. Let's move on to the story now. Anti-apartheid actor